Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox, take a close-up look and test the Skullcandy Hesh ANC wireless headphones. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So in this box is the Skullcandy Hesh ANC wireless headphones. It's available in a few colors. This one is in true black. And just taking a look at the details around the box packaging. And at the back of the box, there's some product information as well as features and contents list. And now let's go ahead and open up the box by cutting apart the sticky seal that's keeping the box securely closed, and doing so very carefully with a penknife. Okay, and let's pop open the box tab. And sliding the box flap out, and of course sliding the contents or clear plastic tray out from its box packaging, and of course checking through to make sure nothing else is left behind in the box packaging. We can close that back up and setting that on the right hand side of the table. Okay, and just setting the contents across the tabletop so you have a clear and full view of the items from this Skullcandy Hesh ANC wireless headphones box packaging. So right there on the tabletop are its contents. Let's first take a look at this card. So there is a card here with some startup information or first use information, and on the opposite side we can see some information for controlling the headphones. Okay, and just setting that to the side, setting it on the left hand side of the table, and moving right along, we do have of course the clear plastic tray with the contents. Let's lift the small box, so there's a little box here, just setting that to the side, and what appears to be a carry pouch or carry case, soft carry case, and there is further information or card at the bottom of the tray. So just giving you a look at the details right here, which appears to be a customer satisfaction card. So just setting that to the side on the left hand side of the table. Okay, and moving right along back to this little black box, and let's get the camcorder to focus, and let's open it up and find out what's inside, tipping the contents out. So what appears to be a couple of cables and some little booklets, so setting those on the tabletop, and of course setting the little box to the side. Okay, and moving right back to the papers. So there are two packets of folded up papers, or two folded up booklets, and just taking a look right here. So there is a user guide for the Skullcandy Hesh ANC wireless headphones, and just flipping through, so you can see the details, and of course for your reference purposes or whoever needs it, information is right here on or in the video. So there is some pairing information as well as usage and playback information as well, with the controls and of course the buttons located on the headphones themselves to operate and use the headphones. Okay, so plenty of pages, of course. Very clearly presented, and there is an ambient mode as well for listening to the surroundings and disabling the active noise cancelling. And of course there is the towel locator as well, should you need to locate the headphones, of course using that with the Skullcandy app or towel app. And moving right along, there is that second booklet from that little box, so it has the Skullcandy warranty information, and of course it's going to be rather comprehensive, so we're just going to leave that to the side, and of course you can always look that up through various online means. Okay, and of course moving on to the cables, so there are two cables that come in that little box. So one is a USB-C to USB Type A cable, with the Skullcandy branding on them as well, as you can see. And the other cable is a double-ended 3.5mm audio cable with gold plating for that premium feel and performance. Okay, so just setting those cables down, finding a spot on the tabletop to set them down, and finally moving right along to the main item itself, which is the Skullcandy Hesh ANC wireless headphones. And right before we open up the carry pouch, just giving you a look. So it does have an interesting level or amount of padding, and the very subtle Skullcandy logo on one side of the carry pouch or case. Okay, let's light out the Skullcandy Hesh ANC wireless headphones and set them on the tabletop, and giving you a look at the pouch. So right there you can see it does have a very soft lining and a net as well in there. So right there to protect your headphones. Okay, so just going to find a spot somewhere to set that. I'm going to set that on the top left of the frame or table, and just doing some minor readjustments of the items on the tabletop so they don't get in the way as we focus on the headphones. Okay, so giving you a look at the Skullcandy Hesh ANC wireless headphones. You can see as they are straight out of the carry pouch or carry case. They are foldable and they're in their compacted design. And I'm just going to quickly slide those cables out of the way right there, and moving back to the headphones for maximum visual clarity here, or the visual experience. So as you can see, as I mentioned at the start, this one is the true black model or design or colorway. And to give you some sense of the size and scale of these headphones, resting them in my palm right there. And they do have a light to medium weight to them. And so just gripping the headphones by the headband to give you some idea once again of the size and scale, and of course for some perspective as well. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take some close-up looks as they are in the folded form, and then we can expand that and take a look in the expanded or opened up form. And to give you some idea of the cushion, so it does feel like the ear cups or ear pads have a memory foam cushioning in them. As you can see, pressing down, they very slowly rebound back into shape. And to give you a look at that covering of the ear pads as well, they have slight graining to them, and of course the depth of those ear cups as well. So over the ear cups, and once again giving you a look as to the cushioning or padding. Of course there are control buttons as well, and the top one being used for the ambient or active noise cancelling control, and the USB-C port for recharging the headphones, and they do have rapid charging, and Skullcandy claims 10 minutes of charging provides 3 hours of playback or listening time. And there is a 3.5mm audio jack for direct audio listening using the 3.5mm cable, and of course the microphone hole as well, I believe that one. And of course the headband as well. So has a two-tone finish design, matte, and as you can see, the glossy reflective finish. And of course the Skullcandy logo molded on as well, and very discreetly as well. Okay, let's see if we can unfold it. Of course there is that foam, which I didn't notice was sandwiched in there. And now taking and the other piece as well, and just unfolding the headphones right there. Now taking that proper look with the opened up form of the headphones in. You can see it does have a very simple design with the headband and the headband cushion. So giving you a look right there on the underside. The headband itself, very simple plastic design with a strip of foam attached to it. So very light foam, as you can see, that springs immediately back into shape. And you can see the texture of the foam as well. So taking a look at the various aspects of this Skullcandy Hesh ANC wireless headphones. So we're looking at it earlier in the kind of folded form, which was pretty much like that, I believe. Of course, we had those protective packaging foam sandwich in between earlier, but now with them removed as they are in the folded or portable form. And you can see the overall design as well. So it does have that kind of vulcanized look, or at least the finish is matte, with of course those glossy elements contrasting against its overall black design. Okay, and in terms of the rotation of the ear cups, they do rotate fully from front to back, but they also lock as well at the maximum turn. So right there, giving you a look at the headphones, and of course there's some flexibility, as you can see right there with the headband, and the ear cups do have a slight amount of swivel as well in their frames or hangers. And in terms of the extension with the headband, just giving you a close-up look right there, and what appears to be a metal alloy with plastic combination arm right there with the extension of the headband. And so at the maximum extension, just checking to make sure it's fully extended and giving you a look once again as to the overall size at the maximum extension, and of course once again does stretch without issue as well. No creaking whatsoever. And of course checking through to make sure the sides, they are labeled, as you can see on the inner side of the headband once we get the camcorder to focus, are for the right ear and left or L molded in for the left ear. And of course reminding you that it is the Hesh ANC as well on the left side with the Hesh ANC branding. So we're seeing all the details up close of this pair of headphones with the buttons and of course overall material and construction. Now let's go ahead and turn it on. So see if we can power it on by pressing on that middle bump right there between the plus and minus, and it appears to be pairing, at least I think it is. So over here I have a Sony Xperia XZ3 Android smartphone, which I've unboxed on the channel before, and it's in this slim TPU case made by the Blings with that carbon fiber effect. Alright, let's go into the phone and activate Bluetooth and pair a new device and see if we can detect that. So Hesh ANC has been found. Let's go ahead and pair the headphones, and let's go ahead, and you heard that was nice and easy, very simple. And so the headphones are paired. Let's go ahead and switch to the YouTube app and play some music. And of course Raising the volume does help. And audio is playing through on the headphones. Let me put them on and give you some initial impressions of how the music sounds. So with the headphones right on, they have a very comfortable fit. And the audio is playing through quite nicely now. Just giving you some sense of what I'm listening to. And I'm just going to try and raise the volume using the controls on the earphones or headphones. So it does have a very, very immersive experience. And very balanced in the frequency range as well. And just bump the camcorder, but of course let's resume playback. And to give you some idea of the controls on the headphones. And the audio that's coming through on them. And for ambient mode, simply press the button twice up there. Oh, oop, and I've just accidentally kicked it into pairing mode. Let's see if we can get out of this mode. And resume playback. And there we go. So 2 quick taps of that circle at the top does provide ambient mode. So let me put the headphones back on. And raising the volume. And double tapping. And I've turned on noise cancelling again. So just playing around with the ambient and noise cancelling modes. And of course, given that the environment right now is pretty quiet, there is no clear distinction between those 2 modes. But nonetheless, the audio reproduction quality is rather good, as you can somewhat hear through the headphones themselves, just playing through right there. And of course lowering the volume as well, to give you some idea. So that's the Skullcandy Hesh ANC wireless headphones. Thanks for watching and happy listening.